The sessions this afternoon are going to be lit, so be present. I'm going to start right now with Sell Your PC. Games will be created with phones, and that's going to be hosted by Jarno Kallunki-Mättö from Frogmind Games. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome. How's it going today?
Fine, thank you. I was able to get past the technical hurdles.
I know, we're having a few technical problems today. We've got a few gremlins, haven't we, in the machine? But I hope that you really enjoy your session. I'm really excited to hear about Sell Your Game through the phone, because I think it's very, very important. And I'm going to come back in about 20 minutes with loads of questions, if that's okay. So over to you, Jarno. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, hey, everyone. Welcome to the session. So my name is Killi. That's my nickname, Jarno Kallunki-Mättö, and I'm from Frogmind. And I'm going to talk about game development now and in the future. Maybe a few words about me and Frogmind in the beginning. So I worked in the gaming industry for about 15 years, marketing games and platforms mostly at Microsoft Xbox and some hyper-casual startup before joining Frogmind about 2 years ago. So about Frogmind, we're the developers of Badland, Badland Brawl, Rumble Stars Football, and Rumble Hockey. We were founded in 2012. And our office is located in Helsinki, Finland. So far, we have 36 employees, or game devs, as we like to call ourselves, and we work independently as part of Supercell family since 2016. So let's see, how my sliding works here. Great, it works perfectly. So I'm going to start by sharing a few observations from the mobile games market. And as we are all professionals here, some of these can be very familiar to you. The number of mobile gamers is growing and passing 2 billion soon. And the mobile games revenue is projected to reach somewhat 110 million this year and 162 million in revenue by 2025 from Statista. And the mobile gamers and the doors have been opened to a new billion large audience. And these players that don't even consider themselves as gamers are something we are looking into today, part of this presentation. Okay. So why has the market changed? Few reasons that we have found. Shorter increments of gaming and content has changed games and player behavior. It's a result of many things, such as hyper-casual games, TikTok short videos or TikTok-like short videos, and singles taken over albums on Spotify and more. So people play on the mobile, on the go, home also. Players prefer snackable and satisfying games over realistic graphics and features with a long learning curve. Games are best enjoyed with friends through social multiplayer features. For example, I play with my daughter's Roblox almost every day, and it's epically fun. Video and content creation on mobile apps is pretty epic today. You can make lots of stuff there and edit on the go. It is basically possible to create and express yourself with ease on the go today. But for us, what is it being a game developer today? Well, we all know it. Developing and publishing games is really, really hard. Successful games is even harder. Sometimes it feels impossible, no matter if you're studio or indie dev. Indians have to work day in, day out to get that game ready, polished, and probably they need to work on their free time after the real work that pays the bills. Studios need a team of experts with variety of skills and time to develop and money to pay the salary and the bills. These all lead to high risks. So once the development progresses or the game gets ready at some point, the real work and business actually begins. Indians or bigger teams need to figure out many things, excel in many areas, and sometimes we or the Indians don't even have experience or skills on a market that changes rapidly all the time. How to make money? Is it IAPs? Is it ads? Which partner networks to contact? How to get the installs and players with low cost, of course? Is it UA? Which channels? Creatives? Budget? App stores and featurings, who to contact, do you have friends there? Actually, does featuring even have an impact today? How about influencers? Post on social media, hooking up your data from your game to measure things, which SDKs to pick, live ops, new features, content for the players. iOS 14, IDFA, that's something even I don't know the latest news on that one. But if devs kind of like decide to pass all these, you basically have probably like one option: work with publishers, which means, based on my experience on the hyper-casual market, ruthless market tests. Nail that marketability and retention, iterate your game to improve. Only a few will eventually make it, but hundreds of thousands of devs actually never make it. And it doesn't even mean that their game is bad. It just doesn't fit to the current market, publishers, and stores. At Frogmind, we know this. It's not successes or Badland awards only. We've been successful, and we are very happy about it. But to be honest, we have failed so many times, and we have failed more than you can see on this slide. We have tried to learn from all those killed projects and epic failures, which took years of development, hard work, and money flushed down the toilet. One challenge that we observe, and it affects both players and devs, is the discovery of mobile games today. App stores are full of games, which is cool, but many of these games are bad, or they're just copies of some hyper-casual hit games, or you just don't find them. Ratings are below average, features are fragmented or don't exist, the newest free-to-play features. Our phones get full of meaningless games with low retention and replayability. Ad monetization make nice profit for the publishers, which is cool, but players sometimes get forced ads inside 30 seconds from start, which at least I don't like. Many times game development just stops shortly after release and failure. Overall, it is very hard for players to find great games, and it's even harder for devs to make their games discoverable, successful, and making revenue. So, everyone has a mobile phone today. Phones are powerful than ever. Phones are smart. Phones are taken over PCs already. We can use phones anywhere. We can do almost anything we want with them. Everyone with a phone can already be a creator. Use simple editing apps, post content with just one tap, get traction and feedback for your video. This is here today. You can do videos, pictures, music, writing, and more. And phones also handle other things perfectly today. Without owning a PC, you can date new people, watch sports, do your banking and invest, work remotely, and just name it. It's just, you can do pretty much anything with a phone. So the question is, why can't we make phones? Why can't we make games with our mobile phones? I mean, like, there's a billion creators and aspiring game makers ready and waiting. So at Frogmind, we asked about this ourselves. We asked, like, can we do something about it? Can we solve this challenge and help creators and gamers around the world? And we actually started working on an announced project in the late 2019. Let's see if this works now, because now I might need some help for a video. So if our friends at PGC can take over and show a video. Thank you. Okay, wow. That's real footage from our new app and project called HiPipe. And now watching that just came in hot. I'm just so proud of the product team, what they and we have done in such a short time. So what HiPipe is a new revolutionary game creation platform or app that enables anyone to create, play, publish, discover, and share games and other digital entertainment with easy-to-use tools without coding. And it works on phones, but also on tablets, PCs, web, browsers, social media apps, even Tesla. It's free to use. I mean, like, is it possible that we can watch the video one more time? Then I take the presentation? Because like I like it so much, maybe we can watch it one more time. Then I take over the presentation. It's only 30 seconds. Oh, thank you. Okay, now I'll try to go back to the presentation. Thank you so much for double show of the video. Let's see if this works. Yes, it works. Great. So that's HiPipe. Yesterday, games were made with expensive PCs, coding on complex game engines, using paid software, so many options to choose from, long dev times, figuring out app stores and UA, to get installs and players, big costs, high uncertainty, epic risk of failing. But today and tomorrow, games will be created by anyone, anywhere. Billions of aspiring game makers waiting with their phones. Just one free app to download to their phone. Create and publish and play instantly. Get feedback from games immediately. Learn to make games and eventually earn a living. We have already tested HiPipe. One market and early access only is 500,000 downloads to date. But what I'm so happy is the latest number that I got from the data team is there's over 100,000 games published on those 500,000 downloads, or hypes as we like to call them, because creators can make more than just games. They can make animations, videos, memes, GIFs, edu content, any kind of interactive entertainment they want to make. And all these are UGC, made by anyone like us by using HiPipe mobile editor. In the heart of HiPipe is a powerful game engine and mobile editor. It's called the Hype engine. It is so epic that we at Frogmind actually use it to develop our future games. By the way, I'm not announcing those today. HiPipe makes game making faster than ever. Instead of months and years, you can create days and even hours. We actually even held toilet break HiPipe game jams at the office. If sharing that was smart, but it has happened. So when creators start making, they can use professional game making assets for free. Visual 3D objects, game templates, pre-mates, notes, sounds, and more. We add more every week, and community can create own assets also. But this wasn't enough. We wanted to take creation even further. We wanted to make it faster. We wanted to lower the barrier for new aspiring game makers and creators that have phones already, but maybe they don't want to start from scratch. I'm talking about remixing. This is a key feature in HiPipe. With remixing, creators can make games faster than ever. They can edit another hype or use official templates as a starting point. No need to start from scratch to see. When you see something cool and you play something cool, you can get inspired. You can just press remix and jump into the editor to make your new level or remix a totally brand new game with your own epic twist. You can do anything. You can change controls, characters, camera angles, art, visual, logic, and more. Anything you want. You can make a collab with your friends. For example, I can make the first level, and I can invite you or my friends to make the second and third level. And together with my friends, we can make the full game. One thing is also super nice is the publishing. or posting, as we say. You just, when your hype is ready and it is out, it is instantly discoverable and playable by everyone. Original hype maker gets kudos, of course, from this remix. We call this hype evolution. It is very easy to find older and newer remixes of the game you just played. Even people like me, without any coding experience, that's why I'm doing mostly marketing and monetization, can finally make own games. Actually, if you look at here at the picture, one of my games there, it's that which has the footballs. I love football, so I remixed that hype last year. The original hype was made by Henry, and then we started remixing that inside the office. Daniel actually is artist, so Daniel made this nice kind of like a looking car game, which you can probably see that he has some artistic talent more than maybe some others. Victor, our French designer, made this cool camera angle back and kind of like a speed up game. I tried to kind of like think about if I could do something with the footballs, and then Taneli made epic kind of like a stunt car racer. And it's just like so many different hypes from this. One hype is a beginning of million remixes. And we feel that remix is the future of game making, and it's the future of user-generated games. Summarizing, this is hype, and it is our vision at Frogmind for the future of games, game making, and gaming. One pocket-sized game editor, so everyone, everywhere, can create and remix on game. Feed for players to discover instantly games that they love from the creators they support. New content with every single swipe. And social multiplayer experiences. This means real-time collaboration, multiplayer game with your friends, and spectating your favorite creators. So everyone and the community can learn and grow and have fun together. Hype is not a vision anymore. It's already here today. 100,000 games made on the early access with phones, tablets, and web. Even Tesla, it works on that. You can get your Hype early access today from the website over there. And I think this actually is the last slide. So we are ready for kind of like a questions now.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. The one thing that I'm going to take away from that, Jarno, actually, is the toilet break jams.
Oh, yeah, sure.
As well as everything else.
I'm sure that people will, I'm sure the team will probably say something about that, but.
You just went viral, dude. That's amazing. Like really, really good. Thank you so much. We've got a few questions though. We've got a lot of love, by the way.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we've got loads of love for you in the room. There is literally a lot. So if you want to reach out to Jarno a little bit later on, don't forget that you can use our Discord channel as well, because we also have our guests, our presenters as part of Pocket Gamer Connects Digital 8 who go into Discord regularly to go and have chats about stuff. So you can ask Jarno about his toilet break activities there.
Yeah, definitely.
So I've got some questions for you.
Yep.
So what is like more of a comment and a question? And you said at the top of the presentation that shorter content is the key, but
Yep.
is there still place for long form? The questioner asks and says, if you compare it with movies into streaming, cinema is still really huge.
Yeah.
So
true.
what do you think in terms of hypes?
Yeah, it's a very, very good question. Thank you. We call them hypes because we can, for example, you can make several hypes. Let's say that you and me, if we make a complete game together, I can make couple hypes or couple levels, you make couple hypes, and then we can build this as a scenery or a playlist together that people can play. So it becomes the full complete game. So we don't want to limit creativity. So if someone wants to make a hype that is a full game, you can do it. But if you want to make one hype and then you make a one hype and we make 67 hypes and we just tie these together and connections, you can just play them like for a bigger experience. So there isn't kind of like we don't want to limit. We know that creators want to do different kind of stuff. So we just want to make different kind of like a features that they can use. And then if they don't like them and they have new suggestions, then we like to hear those and make new features because we're making this for the creators.
Yeah, that's what's really important. And sort of on that subject a little bit, one of the attendees has sort of asked a question about if games are so hard to find, is it a case that the games market stores need to be reworked to deal with the saturation? Because we are at like a bit of a saturation level with mobile games. I think your vision of hypes and remixes is literally going to change the way that we think about games, I think. So how does that compare to the current saturation point? Do you just see this as another way out, or are you, strictly addressing it?
Yeah, fully. And I fully agree on this one, because as a player, I love to play good games. When I go to stores, I don't know where to find good games, because I go to top charts and I see something, but sometimes that gem is number 1,000 of the chart. I can't find that. And then if you're really good UA or publishers or others, I get these ads. And if you're good in that, in marketing and doing this, then I get the games that people are advertising me. But if I want to find some gems, it's a little bit problem. So what we did, and what we kind of like try to think about this from both player and developer kind of like a point of view, is we got inspired by actually TikTok. So TikTok, how they work is that you go to the feed and every swipe gives you something. And when you as a user or people there, if you watch a video, you like something, you follow the creator, or you do nothing, you give negative signals, you swipe away after 1 second, that sends a signal to TikTok, and then your feed will get better and more tailored for you, your personal interests. And what we like to think here is that why should people go seek for games instead of you go to feed, and everything you do there, you can give like information, like pick, like I like racing and pick interest, like in Hype. And then after that, we have a little bit more kind of like tools to help you find those games without actually doing anything else but just a swipe. And that's how we kind of like think about the feed. And it brings you the games you love or you might like that you wouldn't never try to find by using search. Yeah. And that's in one of the key features of Hype. There isn't basically like store or list or something like this. It's just everybody's feed is personal. So you get something you kind of like deserve.
That's an awesome business model. A question that we've got in that's quite interesting is, how do you earn the revenue from your app? You know, if you create a hype, it looks awesome, but where does the line blur between the creators and the player? Without going into too much detail about your business
no problem. Yeah, one thing we of course don't have yet monetization. Now we are testing in the Philippines in the early access, and we want to make sure that Hype works very good in different kind of like devices. And Philippines is very good country for this because of there is lots of Androids and maybe the internet connection isn't always that good. So if we can nail it there, we want to keep the very good experience everywhere and open new countries over time. But the one thing about monetization is that what we've been thinking about this is to make sure that there is different kind of like ways that first players can support their favorite creators. So if you think about like, for example, tipping donation or something like this, so you can support when you see a cool creator that has maybe made a couple hypes or a couple games, but you can see the potential. Maybe a small tip or something can help him to get more or her to get more motivation to build more. And that's something. Then a couple other things that could be there is that there could be, for example, different kind of like a monetization methods like IAPs and subscriptions. You could even maybe subscribe to the platform or to your favorite creator. And of course, we all know ads are something that are part of the daily business in mobile games. But one thing is that if and when we bring ads for testing, we want to make it in a way that it doesn't hinder your play experience. So it should be something that is more as an optional way of maybe like supporting someone or doing something like this. So everything we do is to kind of like make sure that the experience is good. We listen to the players and the creators, but in the end goal is that creators can make a living, and not talking about creators who are like the top 10 creators, but more like it's fair. The discovery comes through algorithms instead of like who is the best in UA or marketing. Make a great game, focus on game design, put it out. Tomorrow you already see, is it picking some boost or visibility? Because players play, and that kind of like based on that, it works. And the good thing in that is that when you do it like this, you can make a couple levels, test those, and if those work and feedback is good, you can decide to continue build the full game instead of making like today, like a full game or 50 levels 1 year, put it out, it doesn't work, kill it, and feels bad. So we're having like lots of different kind of like plans to take this further.
So on a scale of like Facebook games to TikTok, are you sort of like moving closer to a revolution in gaming? The question that someone's asking is the revolution between moving away from app stores? I know you sort of half answered it, but you know, is that the dream, to just get everybody away from app stores and that whole Google
not
versus
necessarily.
Apple versus...
I feel like, I understand the question. I think that app stores have a very big kind of like importance in our lives to be able to like find our favorite apps and games and more. And I'm not saying they're broken. It's more like there's so much different games that you can maybe sometimes find the one. So what we try to think about is that Hype works on any device. It works on app stores, it works on tablets, it works on web browser, it works on social media. If you go to Facebook and open Hype, it works there because it's HTML5. So it works there instantly without actually downloading the app. So we try to think about in a way like how can we make sure that Hype works on any device, anywhere, and it's kind of like gives the option and it enables game making by anyone instead of enabling game making by the ones who have, let's say, iPhone. But we're working very closely with, of course, with Apple and Google to make sure that the experience is nailed and very finished on the mobile apps, which I believe that we have succeeded in some level.
Jarno, that was an amazing presentation. And that has like set the tone for the rest of today. So anybody who's sitting in the audience or waiting in the green room thinking, how do I top that? You're going to have to work real hard, because Jarno is currently the Weltmeister on this. And so I've really enjoyed it. I think your energy is great.
Here. But thank you very much for everyone. If you have more questions, just you can find them me from Discord or our Discord, hype.com. You can get access. Everybody gets access who signs up the form from there if you're not in the Philippines. And also Frogmind, we're hiring. We need people. We need new people, epic people to help us make and realize this Hype vision. So if you love making platforms that revolutionize the whole gaming market, put open application or look at the open postings in our website. And I hope you enjoyed the show, everyone.
Thank you. You heard it here first. He's hiring. So thank you very much, Jarno. Like, round of applause for everybody who is in the audience. Thank you. Go into our Discord channel, go and have a chat with Jarno.